And welcome to this vlog. I go by the pen name Alaska Walters and I have 3 fiction books currently out for sale and 1 coming soon. My phone light thing just went flat, so you're going to have to deal with the natural lighting in this video. So basically in this vlog I am going through writing the end of my book, which is part 2 in the Unbreakable series. It's called Breaking Ties. So in this video I go through finishing the book and going through the self-edits before I send the book off to beta readers. So try and ignore the background noise, but I am here writing and I'm kind of stuck. So I'm on chapter 44 of 47. I set 47 because I think the story will be done by then, and that's how many chapters I have in book 1. But there's like some major things I need to put in, and I don't think just dumping them in the end of the book will be good enough. So I think I need to spread them throughout the book a bit more. So I'm going to do that once I get through the ending, but I don't know if I should just dump out everything that I have in my head and or just quickly write the ending, leaving out parts and then go over and fix it, or if I should take my time, because I'm going to come back over the whole book anyway and add things and change stuff. That's how I write and edit. Instead of doing one draft and not looking at it until the end, I go over it several times during writing it. I'll stop halfway through the book, go over the beginning and go through stuff again, because I'll forget things that need to be tied in and stuff like that. I am a bit stuck because so many things need to happen in this chapter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things that need to happen in this chapter, main events. And I don't know if I should just add more chapters and spread it out, because I can't really put it back in the past chapters because it's something that ties together the ending. I don't know what to do. I might just write it in this chapter, or try to, and then go over it at the end and see where it needs to go. But the thing is, how I'm writing it now, if I write it all in this chapter, it's I've just got to put page breaks every scene, which I don't know, it kind of seems too choppy when I have 5 different main scenes in one chapter. I need to figure out a way for it to flow. But so far I have 47,235 words. I want this book to be about 65,000. I think each chapter is panning out to be about 1,000 words at this point. So if I have 47 chapters, I'd have another, should have about 50,000 words, and then I've got to add another 15,000, I guess, when I go through, which kind of sounds like a lot, but at the same time, I think I added about 15 or 20,000 in book 1 when I went through it again. So I guess we'll just see what happens as we go along. So I got something exciting in the mail. So I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video yet, but I'm going to Texas to visit my friend next week, which is so exciting. And I'm putting a bunch of books in the little free libraries over there, and also I'm going to take some with me and drop them off at the different airports that I'm at, and just leave them around places for people to find and read on the plane and stuff like that. So I will be going to LA airport, so I'm going to leave some there. I'm going to Dallas airport and Austin airport, so I will leave them in those places, and maybe some of you will find them. Hopefully that'd be awesome. So I ordered 8 copies and I signed them and put the signed by the author stickers on them. So yeah, I feel like I'm wearing this, what are they called, flannel, in every video that I make. But it's really nice and warm. So it's 5 a.m. and I'm working through my book to try and edit it, because I did finish it. Yay, I finished it 2 days ago, I want to say. but yesterday I worked, so I didn't get a chance to work on the book. Days I've been waking up at like 5 AM, 4:30 because I'm jet lagged from being overseas, and it's actually serving me well because I've been able to write and edit. And yeah, so now I'm up to chapter 3 or 4 of editing, and I've come to a stop because I've realized that, so I have like 5 different POVs, and like halfway through the book I started writing them in a certain sequence, and they're not in that sequence at the beginning of the book, so I need to figure out, I need to swap some around. But it's also kind of hard because they kind of carry on from the next. Some characters are in each other's worlds, so that could be a big job or it could be a small job. I'm not too sure, but I'm a bit nervous about it. I have 1 month until I have to send this book to the editor, and I still have to send it to beta readers first, so that makes me a bit nervous. I don't have a lot of time these days to edit it and write and stuff, so I may need to postpone the editor. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna give it a crack anyway and see if I can get it done and get beta readers to go through it all and be able to fix their changes as well. Also, reading it from where I am now, it feels like I'm at like, it feels like not descriptive enough to me. I don't know though if that's just because I'm reading it for like the 100th time and my brain just isn't working, or if it's okay. Because with my last book, that same thing kind of happened. I kind of thought it was almost boring, and then beta readers read it and they thought it was super interesting and really detailed. So I guess I might leave that part of it to the beta readers and just try and fix like plot holes and story structure and stuff like that, and then see what the betas thinks. Also, I'm reading Save the Cat Writes a Novel and trying to apply those beats and like the timeline in the book of when things should happen. So it's in like percentages, like introducing their world, your hero's world, and then like blah blah blah, different things that need to happen along the story to make it interesting. So I'm going to see how I go with that. It seems like I've already subconsciously done that. I'm reading my book, it seems like all the things seem to be in the right order. I have written a few books now, so maybe I'm just used to like knowing where things go. I've read a lot of books. Yeah, so hopefully that is good and I don't need to change too much. But it is my first time reading the book and everyone said how good the book is, so yeah, thought I'd give it a try. So right now I'm at the point where I'm going through the self-editing process, and it's proving to be a bit difficult because a lot of the time writing this book over the last year, 9 months or whatever it was, I was having a big lack in inspiration and attention to detail, and just my brain felt like mush. And I don't know if it's because of having 2 kids, and the more kids I seem to have, the more my brain turns to mush and I can't concentrate and find it really hard to be creative. And also I've just had a lot going on this year. I did just come back from America and I got these blue light glasses there for $3 from Target, which is amazing because I've never seen any here in Australia for less than like a lot of money. So I've been using them a lot, and I feel like usually I would be so over the moon at finishing a new book, but I just feel like this time around there is a lot of work to do and I have less time than I ever have with writing my books. So I have 2 toddlers and pretty much the routine's always changing, and like when I'm able to write is always changing. And at the moment, since coming back from the US, I'm a bit jet lagged and I'm finding it kind of hard to get back on track with Australian time. So I have been waking up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning am writing then, and I'm finding that I was getting a lot done and it was good for my writing, but with my editing it's a little bit harder. But I'm reading over the book from the beginning, and basically how I write is that I'll write like half the book. I don't plan to do this, it just happens throughout the process. So I'll write like half the book and then I'll be having trouble thinking of what to write next, so I'll go over the book again, see if I can get new fresh ideas, and while I go over the book again I'm also fixing stuff up. So the first half of the book is usually in pretty good condition by the time I get to the end and go over it again, but the last half of the book is struggling a bit and like a first draft, whereas the first half is like nearly at the point where I would give it to beta readers or editor. So yeah, and I'm also like halfway through the book realized that I wanted to have a certain order for all the POVs, because I have like 5 or 6 POVs, and I don't know how the editor is going to take that. I don't know how readers going to take that, but it feels like the best way to write the story, in my opinion, to write this story, because they're all in different places. And in the first book in the series I think I had 3 points of views, yeah, and they were all in different places and then they joined up in the book. But in this second book they are all scattered throughout different places. So I'll see what my beta readers and editor think of that. I might have to change it. But anyway, where I was going with that is that halfway through the book I started putting them in an order of who goes where and what happens, and then as I'm going over the beginning of the book, they're kind of not in that order at all, and some people have more chapters than others, and I just have to figure that out, see if I can move them around easily enough to be in order that I have at the end, because I think that's a really good order. But trying to do that this morning was just doing my head in, and I feel like it would be easier if I just printed out all the pages and laid them out in front of me in chapters, and then I could just move them around like that rather than doing it on Google Docs. But I have no ink in my printer, so I've ordered some, but I'll have to wait who knows how long to get it. And I'm kind of on a deadline, so I don't know if I said this, but there's a month until my editor has my book, so I have to fix it up, send it to beta readers, have them give their feedback, change things according to their feedback, all within this month before it goes to my editor. I really don't want to push the editor back. I can if I have to, but I wanted it to be like a year between book 1 in the series and book 2 in the series. I don't want to go longer than that. I thought that I would have plenty of time because I planned to write in America, but then I ended up being really busy and not doing that. And I planned to write at the airport and on the plane, and I didn't end up doing that. I wrote like a chapter at one airport, but that's it. I also took a bunch of books over to America and put some out at different airports, and I do talk about this earlier in this vlog, but I dropped some books off at Denver airport in Colorado. That's where I went first, and then I went to LA, which I think I put some out there, I'm not too sure, and then I put some out in Denver, and then Austin was my final destination. I didn't put any there on the way to my destination because I forgot, and then on the way back I put some books out at, I went to Houston, no, I was meant to go to Houston, but then my flight got changed, so I went to San Francisco. I didn't end up putting any out there, but I think I did put some out at Austin on the way back. So in Austin, San Francisco, and then back to Sydney. But while I was in where I was staying at, I put some in at the library. I went in and asked at the local library if they would take any of my books, and I had a box of like 20 or 30 books. I did plan on putting them in little free libraries around the place, but I ended up not finding any. It didn't happen. I couldn't take like a big box of books with me wherever I was going. So I did ask if they'd take some. I thought they'd take one. They took the entire box and they said they'll put one on the shelf and they'll sell the rest, so that was really cool. I'll put in the name here of the library. I did post about it on Instagram too, so make sure you go follow me there. I post frequent updates on there. But yeah, so right now I'm just going to edit this video and I'm going to do more editing of my book, and hopefully I'll get far enough, because my beta readers have said that they will try and get the book read by Friday, which means I need to have my chapters done by Friday. So fingers crossed I can do that. I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to end this vlog here, and my next vlog or next video will most likely be me going over beta readers' comments, and then one of going over the editor's comments. Up to 56,191 words, so that just goes to show that that happens, and that's exciting because my goal is to get to like 65,000-ish words, so fingers crossed. Okay, so it dropped down to 53,000, so I think it got rid of 3,000 words, and now I'm back up to 56,000 already. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my Patreon. I do have a lot of fun things over there, helpful things for self-published authors and probably traditionally published authors too. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I do daily updates there, and I will see you guys in my next video.